General liability insurance. A commercial general liability policy protects your business from financial loss should you be liable for property damages or personal and advertising injury causes for your services, business operation on your company or employees. If covered not professional negligent act, understanding the coverage is the most important first step is managing general liability insurance risk. Here are just a few examples of situations in which your business could be responsible for paying various costs such as medical and legal expenses as well as compensatory and punitive damage. While visiting your business, a customer tips on loose flooding and is injured. An employee in your painting and construction business accidentally leave water running, causing a substantial damage to a customer's home. A class action lawsuit is filed against your business alleging advertising consulted misleading information. What commercial general liability insurance cover? A commercial general liability insurance policy will usually cover the cost of a legal defense and will pay on your behalf all damages if you are found liable after the limits of your policy. GCL coverage is one of the most important insurance provided due to the negative impact that a lawsuit can have a business and because such liability suits happen so frequently. Standard GCL includes coverage A: bodily injured and property damage liability. Bodily injured and property damage coverage provide protection against losses from the legal liability of insured for body injured or property damages arising out of non-professional negligent act or for liability arising of their premises or business operation. Mental injuries and emotional distress can be considered bodily injury even in the absence of physical bodily harm. Workers' compensation and employment practice liability insurance and excluded but can be purchased as a separate policy. In addition, population liability is excluded and can be purchased as an endorsement. However, the coverage is very limited and high-risk business should consider purchasing a separate population liability policy. Liquid liability, professional liability, and other risks may also be excluded. An insurance professional can help you to determine endorsement that are right to your type of business. Coverage B: personal and advertising injury. Personal and advertising injury liability protect and insure against liability arising out of certain offenses such as libel, slander, false arrest, infringing another copyright, malicious provocations, use of another advertising idea, wonderful eviction entry, or invasion of privacy. Coverage C: medical payment. Limited coverage for medical payment include payment of injury sustained by non-employee caused by an accident that takes place on the insurance premises or when exposed to the insurance business operation. Medical payment coverage can be targeted without legal This provides for prompt settlement of small medical claim and without legislation. It is included in the GCL policy and pays for all necessary and reasonable medical surgeries, ambulance, hospital, professional running, and funeral expense for a person injured or killed in an accident taking place at the insured premises and arising from business operation. There are no defense or legal liability coverage as there is with body injured and property damage and a personal and advertising liability, and since coverage is provided or and no fault basis. Purchasing commercial general liability insurance. You can purchase commercial general liability insurance as a stand-alone policy, as part of business owner policy, or as part of commercial package policy. Consult with your insurance professional about what type of coverage you need and how much. If your general liability policy do not provide sufficient coverage, you may want to consider purchasing a commercial excess policy which will provide additional protection. Additional liability coverage to consider. Depending on your type of business, you may want to consider additional liability coverage that is not a part of commercial general liability insurance. Director and officer liability. Director and officer liability insurance protect past, present, and future directors and officers of for-profit and non-profit companies from damages resulting from or actual wonderful act that may have committed their position. The policy provides protection in the event of any actual or allied error, misstatement, omission, misleading statement, or breach of duty. In addition, some policy extend the same coverage of employees. Liquid liability. Liquid liability insurance is business coverage that protect your business against loss or damages claim as a result of a portion of your business becoming intoxicated and injured himself or other. If your business manufactures, sells, serves, and facilitated the use and purchase of alcohol, then your business will likely need to be covered or likely need this coverage. Liquid liability coverage may be sold as an add-on to a commercial liability policy or a stand-alone policy. But if you not purchase the extra coverage, your commercial general liability policy does not protect your business against liquid related claim. Pollution liability. That type of coverage provide industry, commercial, and agricultural property owners, managers, and develop with a broad range of pollution liability protection for a gradual as well as sudden and accidental first party and third party. Environmental liability is also protect assets from unforeseen environment exposure that could have substantial impact on earnings. In addition, it protects against unforeseen pollution hazard that may lead to bodily injury, property damage, or pollution can cost.